the mountain, crushing you, entombing you, and imprisoning you. But the Lord would have you to know today that you can come out. Child of God, you can come out. It has to do with your relationship with the weaknesses of those closest to you. Because you're in a cell, but they are also in a cell. They don't because they can't. They can't. I know some folks will come to me and say, my spouse or my loved one or my kid, they're being disrespectful to me, and they're ugly to me, and they're mean to me, and they're always angry at me. But when you look at them, they're angry at everyone. They're angry people. It's not that it's you, it's where they are. Most of the time, when someone can't be there, it's because they're somewhere else. That's who they are. A wife looks at her husband who's a workaholic, and she wants his time, and he can't give her because he's so focused on needing to succeed. He struggles with self-worth issues. It has nothing to do with her. His focus is on himself. He comes to me saying she won't share his bed with her. She is afraid of intimacy. There's issues that people have that have nothing to do with you. They're weak. They can't do it. They are imprisoned themselves. And so God would say, you begin to pray for them. You say, let me tell you something. The Bible said that it is by grace ye have been saved through faith. Come on now. And it is not of yourself. It's a gift of God and not of works, lest any man should boast. Now watch. I change by grace. You see, it's okay that the person has a weakness. It's okay that you have a weakness. Don't try to put pressure on them so that they're leading into the power of their own willpower. This is what the Bible calls works. When you try to change using the power of your willpower, we call it. But the Bible, the word willpower and works are interchangeable. But the Bible says you can't be saved through willpower. You can't be saved through works. You can only be saved by faith. Because God's grace is made perfect in your weakness. And guess what? Your faith will allow God's grace to gird you up where you're weak. But guess what? You can apply your faith to your cellmate. To the very reason that you're captive is your relationship to their issues. Now listen carefully. You apply your faith to God's grace regarding their weakness. For their sake, not yours. And remember, they're weak, but God's grace is perfect there. And so you be praying for them, for their sake, not for your sake, because they're imprisoned themselves. So you pray for their weaknesses. Say the husband that is the workaholic, the wife that is frigid. Wife, pray for your husband that he identify in the Lord, that he see the things that are most important, like family and family and love. And so you're not praying for yourself. You're not saying, oh Lord, help that man love me. No, because this is about you. It's got to be about him because it's his weakness. And you begin to pray, and God's grace will be made perfect. And husband, you pray for your wife who's frigid, who's afraid of intimacy. You pray that she be intimate with people, that she be intimate with her family, that she be intimate with God. It can't be for your sake, but for hers. You pray for her sake, and you believe God, and his grace will be made perfect. His grace will be made perfect. They can't because they can't. They're not because they can't. They need grace, not more pressure on them, not more fussing at them, not more hollering at them, not more cussing them out. No, more grace. More grace. Pray for them. Stop putting pressure and put prayer. Oh, come on. Prayer for their sake and not for yours. Prayer for their sake and not for yours.